In this video, we are going to talk about the different types of financial aids, from scholarships to loans and everything in between. Now, you probably have figured out college is expensive, but there are ways to help with that. And the first is by completing your FAFSA. FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid. This will determine what you qualify for and be sent to the school that you're going to. It becomes available October 1st. Now, for undocumented students, you will complete the ORSA, and that's the Oregon Student Aid Application. Both of these applications are ways to help pay for college through grants, scholarships, and other things like work study. Like I said, in the fall, we will take a deeper look at each of these, but know that those are available to you. Now, a lot of students will often say to me that they don't qualify for FAFSA. And yes, they do, but what I think they're trying to say is that they're not going to qualify for grants, work study, things like that. It's still important that these students apply because many scholarships will require your FAFSA be complete in order to be eligible for the scholarship. So even if you don't believe that you're going to receive grants, you'll still be eligible for loans, most likely. And you also want to make sure that you're eligible for scholarships through institutions, also within the schools that you're attending right now. Getting, again, all the college stuff done ahead of time, because come October 1st, we're going to be working on that. With the FAFSA, there is two parts. There's one that the student does, and then there's one that the parent or guardian does. And so that is a really important piece. Those two will get married together. And in the fall, we'll kind of walk through deeper on the FAFSA and how to work through that. We'll also do FAFSA office hours and things like that to help you through it. There is the FAFSA forecaster available at FAFSA.gov for you guys to kind of see what you can expect. Now, I will say things may have changed in your family's income or your situation, and so those numbers aren't always 100% accurate. From my experience, I did that last year for my own senior, and when we did his FAFSA, our numbers were much different. So it's not set in stone, it's just a forecast. So when we're thinking about the cost of attendance to go to any school, some of the things that you need to think about is the tuition, the different fees, on-campus room and board, books, supplies. Are you going to need a computer, a laptop? Will you need transportation? Will you be taking the bus? You'll also need to budget in for entertainment and other personal expenses, shampoo, toothpaste, things like that. And these numbers are going to vary for the different schools. So it's really important when you're doing your research for college to budget all of these things, but make sure you do a different budget for each of your schools. Now, on the FAFSA, it's going to talk about the EFC. This is the expected family contribution, and it's something that's calculated in the FAFSA. It's based on the parent and student's income, and it stays the same regardless of what school you go to. It is a number that is used for scholarships, so you're going to become familiar with the EFC. This is kind of how they determine what your financial need is. And there are a lot of scholarships for financial need. Now, I want to keep in mind that financial need doesn't necessarily only mean family's income. You could be going to a school that is more expensive or be paying for school on your own, and that is a financial need, as well. So it really depends on the scholarship and what that scholarship considers. It could be family income or it could be other things. So when we're looking at scholarship, there are the need-based scholarships, and that could be calculated, again, based off of your parents contributing, or maybe your parents aren't contributing and you're paying your school 100%. They'll factor in how many other scholarships you've received, what you have in your Oregon College Savings Plan or in savings, if you're working. All of that is factored into it. There's also non-need-based ones. There's academic ones, or there's ones based on talent. There's community service ones. There's different major ones. So there's really a lot of different scholarships to look into and opportunities. OSAC is a huge database of scholarships. There's over 600 scholarships in there, and we spend a lot of time working with students to prepare them for their application. So what we will do is we'll work with you guys on putting together your personal statement questions. And once you have that done, then you can use one application to apply for all of these other scholarships. There are a list of scholarships on Naviance. There's also scholarships that will be available in the College and Career Center. So there's other ways to pay for school, college, while you're still in high school. So if you're taking College Now classes and earning credit through LCC, if you're taking an AP course and you pass that exam, there's also apprenticeships like we talked about in step 1, where the business is paying you during the day and paying for your school at night. So there are other ways, and these maybe aren't things that we kind of typically think about as financial aid, but they're resources that we can use to help pay for school. So again, you need to put together a budget, you need to do your research, and get organized. We have planners in the College and Career Center for you guys when you come in. Just ask me for one and I'll give you one. Maybe you already have a method that you really like. Maybe you use your phone or a pen and paper, whatever. Just whatever works for you. Try to get organized. I have folders and binders and all sorts of things to help you guys. So what can you be doing right now? Really focusing on, your academics and finishing this end of this year strong. If you're working on College Now and AP classes, get through those, okay? Be involved in your school and community. That may be challenging right now, but things are going to start opening up and those opportunities are going to become available. If you need to retake the ACTs, or you want to take the SATs, start looking into those options right now. And then things that you could be doing this summer. Start researching apprenticeships and colleges. Visit those schools, whether it's virtually or non. Hopefully, I hope that you guys have the opportunity to get on campus and do a live tour. But virtual tours are just as good right now. If there's opportunities for volunteering, take advantage of those. You can start working on your activity sheets, so all your activities that you've done from freshman year all the way to your senior year. This includes a paid job, this includes sports, this includes volunteering. So with sports, you're going to include all of the hours that you've had practice, games, meetings, all of those hours, put them in a spreadsheet and start tracking them, because we're going to need that later on for scholarships and things like that. Begin writing your college essays. We talked about that in one of our previous videos. Start working on that now. Put in those letter of recommendation request forms to the people that you would like to write a letter of recommendation. It could be a school counselor, it could be a teacher, it could be a supervisor, it could be a coach, a wide variety. If you're interested in a certain career and not so sure, think about doing a job shadow. Also, if things open up and allow for you to get a summer job, that's a great way to start putting money aside. Every little bit will help. And start planning for our financials. So again, I use the Dutch Bro example. If you buy a $5 Dutch Bro and maybe once a week you just take that $5 and put it aside, over the course of a year, that's going to add up. So what to remember? FAFSA opens October 1st. So mark that on your calendar. Be ready for it. Looking for those early action deadlines from different schools. If you decide to apply to a school early, you'll find out in December. If you wait until the regular time period, it'll be March. In April, financial aid packages will start arriving, and you'll find out what your schools are offering to you. And in a typical year, May 1st is the decision deadline for where you're going to go. So in the fall, there will be lots of things going on. So kind of keep in mind that, everything is a little different right now. And so we plan to do a financial aid night. We'll plan to do a FAFSA night. And we will just keep you posted through email and through our Instagram. And if you guys have any questions, of course, reach out. All right, thanks guys. Have a great day. Bye.